A new Wordle puzzle is online. Click on the link to play.
Listening to the following video may give you clues. Please like and share the videos.
The lowering of a PS 300,000 Margaret Thatcher statue in Grantham, Lincolnshire. A new monument dedicated to Baroness Thatcher has been unveiled on the town's green, in front of the historic Grantham Museum.
She stands between statues of Sir Isaac Newton and Grantham-born Baroness Thatcher. The Grantham Community Heritage Association, which runs the town's museum, helped raise funds for the permanent memorial.
Baroness Thatcher was born in Grantham on October 13, 1925. She spent her childhood in the Lincolnshire market town before attending the University of Oxford.
Jeremy Webster erected a statue of Margaret Thatcher in Grantham. After the lowering of a PS 300,000 Margaret Thatcher statue in Grantham, an egg-throwing contest broke out.
Jeremy Webster, deputy director of an arts centre, was caught on camera by a local resident egging the statue. While some were outraged by the move, others praised the protester for his action.
The statue is one of many acts of disrespect directed at the Baroness Thatcher. The protester has since removed the post, but the incident has sparked further anger.
After learning that the statue could catch fire, Mr. Webster took to social media to post a comment of his own.
He said he'd liked the post about the statue being goated. He has a 400,000 estate in the town and once served on the Lincolnshire County Council.
There were several reports of the incident, including one where a man threw an egg at the statue of the former Prime Minister. Police reacted quickly to prevent further damage.
They were able to stop the attacker, but were left to wonder whether they were actually responsible. After the incident, the statue was placed on a 10-foot granite plinth.
However, local residents remained unconvinced, and Jeremy Webster lowered the statue. The statue was originally planned to be installed in Parliament Square, where she grew up, but the council changed its plans to a rural town due to concerns about far-left protests.
The council then decided to hold a 100,000 unveiling ceremony in 2020, despite the protesters' concerns. In addition to the protesters' dig, the council also set up a CCTV camera opposite the statue.
CCTV camera installed opposite the statue. The controversial statue of Margaret Thatcher was installed in Grantham yesterday.
The statue was originally intended to be located in Parliament Square in London, but the Westminster Council decided to relocate it to Grantham because of concerns about far-left activism and vandalism. The council decided to hold a large unveiling ceremony for the statue in 2020, and a Facebook group proposed a competition where local people could toss eggs at the statue.
A CCTV camera was installed opposite the monument to monitor a potential crime problem. During the installation of the statue, a protester hurled an egg at it.
The protester shouted, "Throw the statue down," after the egg struck the monument. Although no arrests have been made, the Lincolnshire police said they had received a report of criminal damage.
In May, the South Kesteven District Council approved the installation of the statue, and erected a 10-foot plinth for it. Mr. Webster, who owns a PS 400,000 property next to the statue, has also posted cryptic messages on Instagram.
He has worked at the National Centre for Craft and Design and the Edinburgh Arts Centre. He has also worked at the University of Leicester and as a deputy director at the Edinburgh Arts Centre.
Despite his involvement in the incident, he was unavailable for comment yesterday. The new statue of Margaret Thatcher is a fitting tribute to the former Prime Minister.
Although she may not have lived in the town for a long time, she remains a significant part of Grantham's history. She attended Grantham Girls' School and received a scholarship to Oxford University.
She entered the House of Lords in 1992. As a result, her statue has become the centre of controversy in the town.
Egg-throwing protester thrown from behind a temporary fence surrounding the statue. A protester has been thrown from behind a temporary fence surrounding a statue of the former British Prime Minister.
The man, wearing a white T-shirt, was seen holding an egg carton and throwing it at the monument. The egg fell on the lower part of the monument and left some residue on the lower half.
Police and the Colnadol protester arrived at the scene shortly afterwards. Passing motorists also booed at the statue.
The PS 300,000 statue of the former Prime Minister was egged just 2 hours after it was unveiled. The protester hurled an egg from behind a temporary fence surrounding the monument, causing damage to the statue and causing an uproar.
Police received a report of criminal damage but did not make any arrests at the time. After the protesters' egg-throwing action, the monument was put under CCTV surveillance.
The incident occurred at around 9 a.m. on Sunday, when a man who was wearing a T-shirt with the slogan, Koila Nahi Dole, was seen throwing an egg from behind a temporary fence around the monument. Despite the police response, the statue's location was not permanently marked by a plaque.
It is now on a temporary plinth, and a second protester hurled eggs at it from behind a temporary fence-south statue will stand between the Sir Isaac Newton and Frederick Ptolemaic statues in Grantham Civic Quarter.
It will be placed there for security purposes. The South Kesteven District Council collected PS 300,000 to pay for the statue.
The statue is a fitting tribute to a unique and influential political figure and an important part of the town's heritage. Potentially graffiti art.
A new statue honouring former British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher has been unveiled in Grantham, Lincolnshire. The PS 300,000 statue was originally destined for Westminster's Parliament Square but was moved because of fears of far-left activism.
South Kesteven District Council has approved a ceremony for a grand unveiling in 2020. However, a Facebook group has proposed graffiti art and egg-throwing contests in front of the statue.
Despite these plans, a CCTV camera has been installed in front of the statue to monitor activity. The protester claimed to be a South Wales miner heading to Grantham.
The protester, identified only as Lee Steptoe, posted a message on Instagram claiming to be a miner. The protester also claimed that he would bomb the statue with his hammer.
Grantham has 2 public statues of that name and the statue will sit between them. Protesters reportedly egged the new Margaret Thatcher statue within hours of its erection.
Passing motorists began booing as the bronze statue was unveiled. The protester hurled eggs from the temporary fence surrounding the monument.
The statue was hit by one of the resulting eggs, which was easily identified. Fortunately, no arrests were made.
The statue is being watched by CCTV to prevent further attacks and is protected by a police fence within 2 hours of the monument's unveiling. A passerby threw an egg at it.
Webster, a prominent Arts Centre deputy director, posted footage of himself throwing the egg, which hit the statue near the hem. The protester has since deleted the video.
The incident is one of several acts of disrespect towards the former Prime Minister. The 300,000 statue has already received multiple reports of vandalism.
An egg-throwing contest has taken place at the statue of former UK Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher in Grantham, Lincolnshire.
On Wednesday morning, a man stood behind a temporary fence surrounding the statue and hurled an egg at the monument. The egg hit the statue and landed near the hem of Miss Thatcher's skirt.
A spokesperson for the South Kesteven District Council says the statue is a controversial figure and that the community should respect her legacy. The egg-throwing protester left eggshells and residue on the statue.
Police attended the scene shortly after and the incident was halted. The statue of the first female Prime Minister was unveiled on Sunday and is set on a 10th granite plinth.
To combat vandalism, CCTV cameras have been installed opposite the statue. The planning committee approved PS 300,000 for the statue.
The man's Instagram message is cryptic and unclear. However, he reportedly claimed to be a South Wales miner and was heading to Grantham.
The protester, who owns a PS 400,000 property in the same street as the statue of Baroness Thatcher, is not a stranger to controversy. In the past, Mr. Webster has worked as a deputy director at the Attenborough Arts Centre at Leicester University and the National Centre for Craft and Design in Sleaford.